All right, I wanted to make a short video to introduce you to our new unit, which is the Mexican Revolution. It's a little different, and if you're like me, when I started teaching this course, you may not even know what it is. It's an event that occurred in Mexico the violent part was between 1910 and 1920. And I think you'll see that it's very worthy of our attention. But it's something, you don't have a schema, something neuroscience uses. It's a patchwork of ideas in your head. And so if we're talking about Reconstruction, you have a schema. You've learned about the Civil War multiple times in your school career. You know some names, some geography, and so you have a basic framework of facts on which to hang additional knowledge. You don't really have that with the Mexican Revolution, so we're going to do it. It's going to be a little bit different than what we've done in the past. The three ways we're going to build our schema. Number one, obviously, is you're going to listen to lectures that I have made, and you will take notes on them. So let's reinforce the importance of notes. I talked about that when this class began, that you've got to have these notes to review, to prepare for paper 3, which you're going to take in May of 2022. And so having good notes to go back to and organize is important. I suspect many of you have not taken great notes, particularly in this strange environment on last semester's work. That's unfortunate, but you know what? It's not that big a deal. Because when we start reviewing next year, I will review with you when you're seniors for paper 3. I'm going to focus on the review on two things. It's impossible to review everything completely, so we're going to focus on two things: the Mexican Revolution and the Great Depression, which we'll learn about in the fourth 9 weeks. Trust me, this is a system that works. So you have a reprieve. If you've not had the best notes, start now, double down, and be more effective with your note taking. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to watch a documentary movie called The Storm That Swept Mexico. It's a fantastic movie. And so this week we're going to watch the first half, which is an hour. I'll tell you in Canvas exactly where to stop. And you're going to write reflection on that. Now, it's going to be a narrative with lots of names, lots of Spanish, and you're thinking, I can't keep up with all this. I don't want you to take notes on the documentary. I want you to watch it with the guiding questions for the reflection in your head. And you can note down things that are relevant to that when they occur to you. And so that you won't understand this narrative initially. That's okay. Just pay attention, let it flow over you, and get what you can, because you'll be an expert in it later. Trust me. The third thing we're going to do is we're going to read this book, The Underdogs, which I hope most of you have by now. Here's a link to it at Amazon, and this is the one I want. It has to be this edition because apparently the translations vary enormously. I believe I announced late last semester that the Buck Stop informed me that they have The Underdogs in stock. They even have them for sale in their new vending machine. It's $11. And that's about what it is at Amazon. We're going to probably start discussions late next week. So if you don't have this, please expedite getting the book. The other thing I want to talk about is, so those are the three main ways we're going to understand, build our understanding of the revolution. The other thing I want to talk about is this Mexican map exercise. You may have seen, if you've been in my classroom, which many of you haven't, there are beautiful, colorful maps of Mexico all over the walls. That's because we do this map exercise. Here are the states of Mexico, and you'll label those and these cities. And all you need to do is 15-point assignment. All you need to do to get 15 points is label these correctly and turn it in. You can use pencil. That's fine. But IB kids don't get to color very much. So I've offered bonus points in the past, and I will now, a modest amount of bonus points if you color the map, maybe add some other artistic elements. Here are some examples if you've not been in my classroom. That's my 6th period class. Yeah, I mean, this student is an incredible artist. So she's colored, she's added another artistic element. You don't have to be this great. Here's another one that clearly is fantastic. But if you're not the greatest artist, just be creative and do something clever, hopefully appropriate. And you can get bonus points that way as well. So those are the things that we're going to do to learn about the Mexican Revolution.